Hello, Dr. Dave back with you again. I just wanted to let you know that I'm just getting back from Florida. I was able to do a lot of work on my book down there. I finished my book yesterday on the Zodiac killer. I'm proofreading it right now, which sometimes turns into a rewrite because I keep remembering more and more things that happened to me with these guys, but I'm going to have to end it where it's at because it's getting kind of lengthy. It may take me 2 more books to tell the whole story, but I got the good parts really all together, and hopefully we'll get this off to the publisher within the next week. And while I was there, I filmed some videos for you. You've probably already seen some of them, but I have one here that goes back a little ways to when I was probably 7 or 8 years old. I haven't gone deep into the attack scenes yet, but I want to show you this. I hope it'll help you understand this whole story that I'm telling you. And these things are not going to be in the book, not in this edition. So seeing them here and reading the book, the 2 things together are going to really help you to understand the big picture of, 30 years or so of these guys stalking me. So I hope you enjoy. I'm here in Tampa near Ybor City. There's a trucking company here. That building used to be a grocery store. And I'm not sure if you can see, but right over in there are the doors. It still has the same grocery store doors that it used to have. And as you can see at the end of the building here, some bushes and things start there. Well, that used to run all along there. All of that parking lot that's there was out here by the fence was in under trees like these over here. And I used to go in there and play when my mom was shopping. Later on I'm gonna make some more videos about the different attacks, because they attacked me several times in that place, and I'm going to give you some stories about another kid that they attacked and some other things, but that'll be another video. Now, I used to play in there in those bushes and those trees when I was a little kid and my mom was shopping. I'm going to say I was 6 to 7 years old, maybe 8. And Frank Morris and the Anglin brothers attacked me several times in those bushes, and they tried to attack my mom in that parking lot. I'm going to tell you about that. And I also saw him carrying their proverbial carpet, rolled up carpet, in there at least 2 or 3 times. It's almost amazing that I really believe that Frank would choose the times. Frank would stalk me and my house and my parents, and he would know more or less when we were going to do something or go somewhere, and they would follow us, and he would bury these bodies right there where I was at, hoping that I would see what he was doing so that he could make it a more scarier event for me when he caught me, maybe telling me about it before burying me or whatever he thought he was going to do. But Frank, you didn't get your chance, brother. Look here, there's the building that was a grocery store, and you see some trees there. They went all the way out here in the front, and they went all the way out to the road. And there are some bushes and trees back here that you can see that were also part of it. And there's a house over there where I saw them abduct a boy, or at least try to. I'm not sure if he got away or not. I'll tell you about that. He was burning some trash out there. And I have a whole story for you about fires and that sort of thing that happened out here. I'll get to that, but we're going to go somewhere more comfortable to tell you the stories. This is the Dairy Queen, the Dairy Inn that I used to work at. It's now a different restaurant. I told you about how the police came to help me. When they did, they pulled up in this road right here, and I came out back here from behind the building. I'm going to show you around just so you'll know what the place looks like. Everything has changed dramatically, so I can't give you a lot of the details, but at least you'll be able to see. The doorway to this place is over here. This building is very, very old. but the door used to be right there. And this is where I stood inside the building at about the level where that air conditioner rack is. And this was a hallway, and I was holding the gun down this hallway. Well, no, wait a minute. It would have been over here. You can see where they boarded it up, because there was a French fryer over here. And this is where I held the gun, out there on the Zodiac killer at night. Now, I want to show you so it'll make sense to you. I told you there was a wall back here. You can see right there where the wall was. They've taken it down, and it went from over there to over here, and it kept right on going, if I remember right. I'm not sure, but I used to park my car over there, and I would go over here to go to work at night, making hamburgers and ice cream. And over here at this end, somewhere around here, like right here, there was a telephone pole. This wall, wherever this wall ended, the telephone pole was right here, and that's where the phone wire came from that went into that building. You can even see some of the wiring that's still there. We'll go up and take another look at that in a second. But these guys would sneak up here from back in this little field and come around this wall right here to come in here to do their dirty work. And they end up catching my co-worker, and I've since remembered her name. Her name was Alice. She was such a nice lady, and I don't know why they had her work here without me or anybody else that was armed when they knew that there was a killer out here. And they suspected that it was the Zodiac killer, and so did the police. And they were trying to catch him, but these guys were really ephemeral. They would only appear when they were going to do their dirty work, and when they disappeared, you were not going to see them. Police officer drove up over here, and they were gone, and they had other police officers come up the back way, and they didn't see a sign of them. But anyway, they had put some wire up here, and this is where I stood with the gun on the Zodiac killer, over there by that wall, but I was inside the building with the door open. And I was just waiting for one of his friends to try getting in either from this direction or this direction so that I could plug them. When they originally built the Dairy Queens, they were an outside-only restaurant back before global warming, and it was cool enough that you could eat outside. And there was a window right here and a window over there. You'd order here, and you would pick up your order over there. I'm going to show you a picture of that. You can see here the window where you order, and then you go over here to pick up your order, and that's the window I stuck my head out to flag down the police officer, Tampa police officer, when the Zodiac killer was behind the building after they'd cut the phone wires and tried to get in. Now, I stuck my head out that window over there, gun and all. I had flagged down a police officer there on 7th Avenue, and he just happened to be the one that had prepped me for this confrontation with the Zodiac killer. Now, when he prepped me, he parked his patrol car about right here, right beside the building, and I pulled my gun and showed it to him, and we went over everything and what I was supposed to do. And then it was just a case of waiting. We didn't know we weren't going to have a phone to be able to call the police later on, but it's typical of serial killers and all these murder mysteries that you see on TV. Let's go down to Ybor City. Ybor City, there's a fighting chickens, roosters walking around here, little Cuban fighting roosters. Those guys can be feisty in a scrap. La Herencia de Ybor. That's what we came here for. The best cigars that I know of. Have a little cigar lounge here. These people used to run tobacco fields in Cuba. We got them. Cuban-style cigars made by people from Havana in Ybor City.